What's going on, guys? It's Zach. We are back with a little training update for you guys. So in February, so we're off to a great start on this video. February, man, that's so hard to say. February. So in the beginning of February, I kind of switched over to a 12-day split. I was doing a 7-day split where each day had its own workout. Monday was shoulder day, Tuesday was back day, Wednesday was quads. Switched over to a 12-day split, which I've never done before. I've done 4, 5, 7-day splits before, but decided to go with a 12-day split to see if I could get in a little more volume for some lagging body parts, chest, shoulders, quads. And so far it has been really awesome. I'm really digging it. So I've been running it for about 7 weeks now, and it's been great. So you're seeing the list on the right hand side here of the 12 days. So there's 10 total training days and 2 off days. One of those off days, if you're feeling good, you could go in and hit some arms, hit some biceps, triceps. If not, just leave it as an off day. So this first day, you're seeing quads, starting out with heel elevated squats. And so basically each training day, I'm gonna have 2 main movements that I'm tracking, that I'm trying to progressively overload, whether that's through execution or through increase in load or both. So 2 main movements. Normally that first movement is going to be more of a high output movement, more of a compound movement. So, heel elevated squats example. And that second movement is just going to be typically another high output movement, just a variation on it. So doing the pendulum squats here, so heel elevated squats paired with pendulum squat. Now, rep wise, that first movement is gonna be something where you're working up to a top set of 6 reps at an RPE 9. So RPE, rate of perceived exertion, basically a scale that you can use telling you how hard was that set. RPE 9 would mean that you have 1 rep left in the tank. RPE 8 would mean that you have 2. So RPE 7, take a guess. Exactly, yeah, you have 3 left in the tank. So RPE 9, 6 reps at an RPE 9 is gonna be something where you're going pretty heavy. And that's exactly what I want. I wanted that first movement to be something that I would struggle to kind of maintain good execution on, because it was so heavy, but it's something that I could progress, week to week. So you're seeing back here, and going with a mid focus here. So what I mean by that is more of a trap focused back workout, more of a workout where I'm trying to drive those elbows all the way back, squeeze the mid back, less focused on the lats. Obviously the lats are still getting hit on a day like that, but really trying to focus on that mid back and traps, upper traps. So moving on to chest day, the 3rd day in the split here, and chest is something that's going to come up. I have it in here 3 times, which is great because my chest sucks. No, but I've seen actually some really decent improvement in my execution of not only those inclined, reverse banded incline presses, but also these floor presses. So I think in February when I started out doing these, I was hitting that set of 8 with like 70 pounds. And most recently, I think I did 95 for a set of 8, and just really happy with the form, the execution on those. A lot of the times I think, and I've noticed if I don't flare my elbows out wide enough, I get a lot of tricep activation when I do those, but when I find that happy medium between flared out elbows and and elbows tucked and maintaining, keeping that dumbbell outside of my body, keeping it at like at least a 90 degree angle with my arm. I've really get some good chest activation from those floor presses, and obviously been able to progress them up 10, 15 pounds throughout this training split. So moving from chest to shoulders and on to hammies. So hammies, starting out here, hammies have been difficult this training period. I kind of tweaked something, high glute area, and it's not, I thought it was my SI, but it's a little more acute. Normally when you have SI pain, it radiates down your leg, but this is very, very acute at the top of my glute, and it's not super painful, but it's noticeable pain. And so haven't really deadlifted too much this cycle. Been throwing in other exercises. So the main movements were supposed to be for hammies, deadlift and Romanian deadlift, and dumbbell Romanian deadlift, and kind of had to pull a switcheroo and switch them up. So you just saw I did hamstring curls and high leg press with the bands on there. So let's kind of make up for it. And then just throwing this in on the off day. If you're feeling good, you can hit arms. If not, definitely take it off. Coming back from the off day, moving on to a chest and shoulder day. And here, the main movement we're doing for chest is going to be that flat dumbbell press. And I have really seen a transfer over from floor press to these flat dumbbell presses. I can just feel a difference, especially right at the bottom. I'm able to control that weight down right to the bottom, and I feel the difference exploding and driving up. So you're seeing that set with the 100s, and then that drop set here with the 65s. So I really, and I wasn't somebody to do floor press before this split at all. I just kind of threw it in there on a whim, and really happy with the results. So definitely give it a shot. I want to talk a little bit about some of the accessory movements that I'm doing. I'm not just doing these two movements and then hightailing it out of the gym. So I'm doing, obviously the two main movements that I'm looking to progress, and then jumping into more accessory movements. So with the accessory movements, I'm throwing in probably, I'd say 4 to 5. Maybe less than that, 3 to 4 movements that are more metabolically focused movements where I'm trying to, I'm shooting for like 10 to 12 reps, trying to get a pump, using drop sets, cluster sets, tempoed sets, using different intensification methods to really change it up and get to drive blood into the muscles after I've done these higher output movements. So if you can go in there and focus on those two main movements, and then the rest of the workout, you're never gonna achieve that. You're never going to achieve the amount of exertion that you can get with those first two movements with your accessory movements. So keep that in mind. But still, there's a purpose to those ones as well, to drive blood into that muscle to stimulate stimulate the growth that you want to see. So you're seeing back here. So this second back day, again, is more of the lat focused day. So that first back day, mid focus, second back day, more lat focused. And the reason I broke it up like that is I've been having really good workouts breaking it up like that, because it allows me to focus, on that mid back day. It allows me to focus on driving the elbows back, which is a little bit different than when I'm hitting lats, where I'm trying to pull the shoulder down, pull the upper arm down and to my side, but I'm not focused on really getting it back as far as I need to. So I've really liked breaking it up like that. Third chest day here. So you can see that this chest day is actually, I typically will do the same movement for that first and the third chest day, and then that second chest day where it's paired with shoulders is where I'll change up the movement a little bit. So here's dumbbell presses. These are with the 85s. I think this was like the week before. This week I did it for 90 or 95. I'll have to check. But anyway, one thing I want to talk about before we end this video is progressive overload. So obviously when people think of progressive overload, they think of increasing the load, week by week. But another form of progressive overload is, perfecting your execution and really, week after week, maintaining or getting better execution at each movement. That allows you to place more tension into the muscles that you're working. So like for chest day, with those floor presses, I was really, the first few weeks, I was only really just perfecting my execution, and then I started increasing the weight. So, don't think that if you're not, moving the weight up, you're not, progressively overloading. You can progressive overload by perfecting your execution, placing more tension into the muscle that you're trying to work. So shoulders and arms are gonna round out this 12-day split. Leave a like, leave a comment below, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.